some comfort food in Tony's Kitchen. Now, here's your host, Tony Danza.
Come on, everybody. Thank you. Thanks very much. Ta-da. Hello. Hey, Chaplin. Hello, ladies. Oh, it's very nice. Thanks very much. Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. Thank you. Oh, hey, how? Oh, mwah. Oh, thank you. Ah, it's good. Thank you very much. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. How's everybody doing today? Look great. Look wonderful. Ah, I'm so excited. You know, I got a show filled with beautiful women today. Just women. It's incredible. I got an audience filled with beautiful women, too. A couple of guys up there going, hey, yo, what's about it? Hey, no. Hey, what else is that? Let's see. You know, by the way, when do you stop saying Happy New Year? You know, it's the 9th now, right? Regis is back. Regis got back this morning, so now all is right with the world. But I can't do my show until I watch his show. You know, but when do you stop saying Happy New Year? This is my last one. Happy New Year, everyone. This is my last one. Happy New Year. What a weekend. What a beautiful weekend in New York we had. You know, the weather's crazy. It's 50 degrees here today in New York. It's wild. It's January. Over the weekend, it was a little cold, but it was gorgeous, clear and crisp. On Saturday, I went skating with Deborah Gibson, who's here today. You know, she's in that Skating with the Celebrities show. She's a good skater. She's good. I stink. But it's a great New York moment to go down to Bryant Park, and you can rent skates there and skate right under the Empire State Building. It's magnificent. Then from there, I went out to Long Island, went out to see my Aunt Fran and my Uncle Phil out in Malvern. Saw my cousin Phyllis and her new baby, Anthony, and Ava, and I brought all this food from Balducci's, brought 18 Puglisi's. They're still eating bread out there. You know, the baby fell asleep in my arm. Right? It's like for an hour, the baby was asleep in my arm. The only thing more asleep than that baby was my arm. I was like, oh. And you know, you don't want to move the baby because, anyway, what else did I do? Oh, and then I came back and I skated in the park because I had skating on my mind. I want to see, because I'm a bad ice skater, but I can inline. So I was inline, and the sun, it was amazing. I was going around the reservoir on the east side, and the sun was setting, and it was peeking through the buildings and reflecting on the reservoir. It was the most beautiful moment. I'm telling you, you got to come to New York, folks. It's a great time to be here. Another thing I did. Oh, this is great. Another thing I did, I snuck in. You know, I always talk about my friend Bobby Guffinelli. You know, my friend, he's a retired school teacher. He's also like a disc jockey. He does those things where he does retirement parties, bat mitzvahs, birthdays, what else? Weddings. He does it all. I snuck into one the other day just to watch him work. It's unbelievable. He makes people crazy. I mean, he's really, really exciting. He's a great entertainer. And, you know, he used to be a band. Then they kept telling him, we need a disc jockey. So he hired a disc jockey. Then he fired the disc jockey, and he did it himself, you know. So now he's got a business. So if you want, it's Robert Anthony Music. But anyway, that's my plug for my friends. Speaking of my friends, my son and my friend Wino are, you know, forget about it. They're inconsolable today because the Giants played their worst game of the year. Congratulations, congratulations to them on a great season and all the winners yesterday. But it was tough. It almost ruined my food. Almost, not all the way. Almost. Terrible thing happened over the weekend. A friend of mine and really one of the great singers of all time died. Lou Rawls died. And so we send our thoughts and our prayers out to his family. Lou was the greatest. And if you were, you know, he raised over $350 million for the Negro College Fund also. So he's a great guy. Something else is bothering me. Something's bothering me. You know, in New York, something's going on here. I don't know if you saw last week, there was an article that the 2nd Avenue Deli is closing because the rents have been all up and down Columbus Avenue, right here in our neighborhood. Stores are closing, restaurants are closing because, I don't want to say greed, but it looks like the rents are going crazy. So, come on, guys, save our restaurants, save our home. If the mayor wants to get involved in something, that's something he should do. I understand Starbucks may go under. Now, wait, if Starbucks can't pay the rent, we got a problem, you know. Let me show you this. This is very exciting. This is a piece of film I took when I was home. It's my wife and my grandson, Nicholas. This is how gentle my wife is. Boom. Hey, watch this. Look at this. Watch. Look, he doesn't move. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, my God, look. Look at that. You believe? Watch this. Watch. My wife is so excited. Watch as she looks up. Come on, look up, Tracy. Ah! You know, there was a time she used to do that to me. Hey, by the way, don't forget, at the end of the month, January 31st, I open at Feinstein's. I'll be there for 2 weeks. I hope you come out and see the show. Go to feinsteins@theregency.com for tickets. Should be fun. That's it, right? We're going to show my sister-in-law's video tomorrow. And who else did I have to say hello to? Anybody else? That's it? You want me to move? All right, it's time to play our game. We're at home. You know, it's so great to have this job. You can talk to everybody in the world right through the camera. Hey. This is where a home viewer can win up to $5,000 on a Disney Visa gift card. It's a little game we like to call. Come on. Okay. All right. We got a guy on the phone. Robert Enzavino from Providence, Rhode Island. Watches us on Channel 6, ABC Channel 6. Hello, Robert.
How you doing, Tony?
I'm well, thank you, sir. How about yourself?
Excellent, sir.
Are you still saying Happy New Year?
I'm starting to curtail.
That's it. I think it's time. Okay. You and me both. All right, let's see. We got to find out how much you're playing for. We have our audience member, Puck Dropper here. Here's Danielle Ranier from Mullica Hill, New Jersey. Hello, Danielle. Pick a puck. All right, you're playing for $1,500, Robert.
Sounds good.
In which subject are you an expert?
Figure skating.
Figure skating. Interesting. You know, later on, you're going to see Deborah and I skating. Oh.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no. Wait, this is ugly. All right. So, okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
This happens to work out for our show today. Who was the first American woman to win an Olympic gold medal for figure skating?
That was...
You think you know. You don't know.
That was Tenley Albright.
You are right, Robert. Congratulations.
Ah.
Good. All right, you just won $1,500 on a Disney Visa gift card. Thank you so much for playing.
Thank you, Tony.
Danielle, I'm going to send you a $200 gift certificate to Sherry's Berries. They're terrific. Ooh, they're delicious. Thank you very much. Okay. I got a lot of fabulous people, all beautiful women, and the first one, Peri Gilpin, is here when we come back, so join us. Sometimes the audience screams out names of 88-year-old women who are in love with me, and her name is Itarella? Itarella. Hey, Itarella, nice to see you. All right, our first guest, I think you know her best as Roz Doyle on Frasier, and she was part of, I mean, that's one of the most successful, long-running, and best sitcoms ever in television history. Tonight, she's on Lifetime, starring in a new television movie. I saw it. It's called For the Love of a Child. So please welcome Peri Gilpin. Welcome to the show. You didn't have to bring me something.
Well, I thought of you when I was coming in from the airport on Friday because I did a movie with your friend Mary Lou Henner.
Oh, Mary Lou Henner,
a few years ago, and she doesn't eat anything that's not macrobiotic.
She's a health food nut.
And it shows, but it's kind of crazy. I mean,
it's sick. It's sick. She calls cheese mucus.
Yeah, exactly. And it comes out of your eye.
Please.
She ruins every meal you have.
So what does this got to do with?
So someone put a piece of ham in her soup. And she was ill, and so they had to like comb Vancouver, Canada for umabushi plums.
Umabushi? Wait a minute, can I remember?
So she says she used to bring them to the set every day and that you would eat them every day to cure your hangover.
They're horrible. Oh, they're absolutely, folks, I mean, these are horrible. I mean, look what they look like.
They're just awful.
You know what? It just shows to show you, I would eat anything to go out with Mary Lou Henner. That's it. Just goes to show you. Right?
You know what? I knew you had an ulterior motive.
Oh!
I know. But you know what?
Everybody in the audience is getting one.
But if you ever have an upset stomach, they do work. Yeah. Umabushi plums.
Umabushi.
So I sent my husband.
I know that guy, Tony Umabushi.
Yes, you know.
So you said to your husband, what?
Well, I sent him in on the way in from the airport. He tried one store, you know, and he came back to the car, and I said, did they have any? And he goes, Peri, they had beer and Snapple. He looked at me like I was crazy.
That's the wrong place, huh? Peri, you're from Texas. I never realized that. You don't seem like the normal Texas.
I don't?
No, I didn't think of it.
My hair's not big
enough?
enough?
No, I thought, no. Joe, Waco, Texas, right?
Mm-hmm, yes.
So how do you end up, did you always want to be an actress? Did you?
I did. I always wanted to be from childhood.
From childhood?
Yeah, my mother was an actress, and I just always loved it. But I was shy, but I always just wanted to be an actress, so.
Really? And now, now I know you were on another series before Frasier.
Couple.
Yeah, but Frasier's your big break, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one that explodes. Oh, yeah. So great.
It was a good show.
That was a great show.
I think we were on your stage. I think Taxi, and then Cheers, and then us on 25.
Right, stage 25.
So it was good luck. That was a good luck stage.
It really was. Now, so 11 years on a show, right? And then you went. Before I talk about that, how did you get that show? Did you go through the normal?
I did. I went through I started with the casting director, Jeff Greenberg, read in his office, went to producers, went to the studio, and the whole process took weeks and weeks, and I didn't get it ultimately. But I mean at first, and then I was sitting in a restaurant with my agent at Orso in LA.
Yeah, on 3rd.
And on 3rd, and we're sitting outside, you know it well, and I get the maitre d' comes over to the table and says, Miss Gilpin, you have a phone call, and I was like, thought it was a friend. I'm like, no way, how would call me? You know, no one even knows I'm here. No one even knows me. I don't even know. And so I go to the bar and I get the phone, and it's the casting director, Jeff, telling me to come to work tomorrow on Frasier.
Isn't that so?
And I was like, oh, yeah, I was so excited.
And you know, and as great as that feels, because I got the same kind of a call. I was in a luncheonette in Malvern, Long Island, and the casting guy called me and told me, you got the series, you know, you're going to be on Taxi. But I had no idea what it meant. And you, at this point, don't know it. It's going to be an 11-year run, and it's going to be one of the most heralded of all sitcoms
No, you don't know anything. You just know you've got a great job that you're proud of, you know?
Yeah.
So my agent and I were so excited. We were screaming, and we ran out of the restaurant, and the waiter had to follow us out and say, you forgot to pay the bill.
But listen, now, I heard a story, though, that was great. So you go to the Emmys the first time.
Yeah.
I heard this story. This is great. So tell us the story. You're in the dress.
I've never told this story before, because my mom and I went shopping in Dallas. And this is before I realized you needed to have like a couple of fittings, because, you know, you change, the dress change. So the whole time I'm trying this dress on, it's this gorgeous velvet Richard Tyler gown with very deep cut, and it's very molded, but the zipper was broken on the dress, so we kept just holding the zipper, going, oh, that looks good, and we were just holding it and holding it. So then they put the zipper in and sent it to me, and I got it basically the day before the Emmys. So I put it on, and just putting the zipper in, you know, took a size away. You know, it was like a size smaller, and so I didn't have any alternative, so I'm in it, I'm just bursting out of the top of it. I mean, just like it's a modern age miracle, you know, that my boobs are even in the dress. And I still had this bra on, and I was so embarrassed.
So wait, now you got this bra on too. Now you got
with this dress.
It's a push-up bra, right?
I was very naive. I didn't know how.
I didn't know the story. This was so great. Wait, you're going to appreciate this, because only women could do this. Wait.
And I was really late, and I was dragging my feet, you know, and everybody else, you know, you kind of get there early so they can take pictures of you on the red carpet. I was like late. I'm running up the stairs. They're shutting the doors. And I walk in, and I'm trying to cover my chest with a shawl, and finally Jane goes, where have you been? You know, and I said,
Jane leaves, you know.
Jane leaves from Frasier, who played Daphne, and I said, the dress, it just doesn't fit well. What do you think? And she goes, oh my God. And she turned me around and stuck her hands down the back of my dress and took the bra off and pulled it out and put it in my date's pocket.
Why don't you do that? That's so great. You're fired. I love that stuff. I love that story.
I know. She's
so
a good girl.
The show ends, but just before the show ends, you become a mom. 2 daughters, right?
Yes, yes.
What are their names?
Stella and Ava.
Stella and Ava. Twin girls.
Twin girls.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we have a picture. There they are in the tub.
There they are.
How cute. I'm all babied out now.
I saw, that was your grandson.
That's my grandson,
he's
yeah.
darling, yes.
He's sleeping like an angel.
Like an angel. So they're almost 2 now, right? How's it feel to be, did you even notice the show went off? I mean, you had twins.
No, I didn't notice. I was so, and you know, I was so, because they were coming and I was crazed. And so it really didn't even dawn on me. I kind of had a delayed reaction the following August. They were born in May, and about 4 months went by, and I was just really down, and I just felt really bad. And my husband said, "Peri, you never even paid attention. You know, you'd be going back to work now."
Right, sure.
You know, so I never even really paid attention.
You got to be careful what you say about, you know, after you have babies, though, because Tom Cruise is listening. You know, you got to be careful.
Now, what's he going to do with that sonogram? I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't know.
I just love that.
Do you know what she's talking about? That they bought a sonogram machine for $250,000, and they have their own now. I love that.
It's like...
I got a stereo. He's got a sonogram machine. You know. I hope they donate to somebody. Look, we're going to come back. We're going to find out about Peri. You got to read. The movie's really terrific, and we're going to talk about it when we come back. All right? So we will be right back.
Oh, my Lord. You think they're orphans?
Are you hungry? I have some candy in my pockets. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Bet they haven't had a decent meal in days.
Okay, come here. Come on, kids. Come.
What are you doing?
We can't get out of here soon. Don't freeze. Come on, honeys.
Something
come on.
tells me this is going to lead to trouble.
Yeah. We're back with Peri Gilpin, and that's a scene from her movie tonight on Lifetime. Am I right? Tonight on Lifetime. It's called For the Love of a Child, and it's based on a true story on these two women.
Yes.
What is it, Yvonne?
I play Sarah O'Meara, and Terry Polo plays Yvonne Feddersen, and they were nominated for Nobel Peace Prizes this year.
And because they came up with child help, am I right?
They eventually came up with child help. That scene is in 1959. They were in Japan doing a USO show. And it was a typhoon, and they were out in the rain, and they found 11 orphans from 2 to 11 years old in the street, starving with no clothes. And they took them back to their hotel, and they tried to find a place to take them, and no one wanted them because they were half American, half Japanese. And so they confronted the U.S. military. The U.S. military and the Japanese government wound up helping them. They opened 4 orphanages in Japan and 2 hospitals, continued their work in Vietnam, organized Operation Baby Lift, and lifted thousands of children out of Vietnam into the States, where they were adopted throughout Canada and the States and Europe. And then they were at a luncheon, and Nancy Reagan said, "Why don't you turn your attention to America's dirty little secret, child abuse?"
Wow.
And they were once again just floored by what they found statistically in this country. And so eventually they've opened 5 villages across the country, which is Child Help USA, and the first hotline.
I think in fact they are responsible for, whenever you yell at your kid now, he goes in the closet and calls the child abuse hotline, right?
They are.
It's their fault.
But you know, it's so great that there's a place, and that hotline that they started is manned by people with degrees, you know, so that people can, the kids and adults that don't know how to help can call and find out how to help, you know.
And we do have a problem with that. And I mean, I watch, sometimes I read the paper, I see the things that kids are up against in this country, in this world, but in this country, it blows my mind. I mean, it just drives me crazy.
Well, part of it, too, is because people don't talk about it. So the name of their book that this movie is based on is called Silence Broken, because they feel like if we just say it enough, people will stop, you know, because people will confront people that are doing it. And one of the things this movie coincides with is a bill that, believe it or not, we don't have a national registry that follows people from state to state. So if a person's convicted of abusing a child in California, their own child, they can pick up, even after they've been in jail, and move to Tennessee, and the records don't follow them. Wow. So you're just hoping a teacher or a neighbor or somebody picks up on it, and then you've got to start from scratch. And this way, if this bill goes through, which I'm sure it will, you know, you've got all the records, and records follow people.
And that's Terry Polo with you, am I right?
Yeah, Terry, yeah.
Oh,
we had a blast. She's the best.
She's good. A lot of fun to work.
Yeah, she's nuts.
Well, I'm glad. Now, speaking of working with people, you know, one of your friends is here, the great, I don't know if you know, have you seen Spamalot?
Yes, I did.
I'm so nuts about it.
That was so great.
And you know, talking about David Hyde-Pierce, done the show a couple of times, but he's so wonderful in this show. I'm so jealous of him because he's got that great job, you know.
I know.
So you went to opening night?
Well, yes, I used my connections.
No, I know. It's hard to get in.
I started bugging him the second he went into rehearsal. I started bugging him.
That's your connection.
Exactly, him, David.
Him.
And I just couldn't wait. I'm such a Python fan, and I just love him, and I wanted to see what this was going to be all about. And I swear, he walked out on stage and winked at me.
Did he wink?
I know he did. And, you know, he's Mr. Professional.
Yeah,
he doesn't do stuff like that.
I would never expect him to wink at anybody. Right there. Hi, George. Hey. Dave, you know, one of my favorite things about the show is putting people together.
Oh, God.
How are you, kiddo?
I'm good. It's my day off and it's early.
Oh,
Well, you're
so
a
glad to
real
see you,
trooper for coming, and I know it's because of Peri.
You know, it's unbelievable too. I saw the clips of your movie before and you in the period hair and everything. You look so much like your mom. It is. I flipped out when I saw it.
Is that right?
Like, oh yeah, it's amazing. The hair, you know, with the shorter hair.
That shorter hair,
and
yeah.
everything later on.
I just looked like my mom.
Yeah, it's incredible. Which is good, so you know you're legit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not like the milkman had nothing to do with it. What do you got? When's the last time you saw each other? Other than the wink.
Winking
night.
and opening
The
night.
wink,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we were at opening night party and talked. You know, it was inaudible because everyone was screaming. So
We just did that. It was so good.
How's it going, by the way?
it's all going great.
Yeah, it's going great.
Going good. How's your
Yeah,
family?
if you get a chance,
They're
folks, see
great.
Spam a lot. You really should. It's fabulous.
Picture of the kids.
Isn't that the funniest thing?
My God.
I had no idea.
No, you know, I'll tell you, we asked David, you know, and you know, we know it is his day off. It's Monday, and so you're a little reticent, but he was more than gracious.
They had me hidden in a room. They said, don't come out from here to here because that's when she's coming by. And they were like sneaking me coffee in the door and everything. So I just wanted to see you.
Oh, I'm so glad.
You guys, one question. You know, I watch reruns of my shows. You know, it's on 4:30 in the morning, Taxi and Who's the Boss are on against each other. So aggravated. I got to go back and forth. You guys watch the reruns?
All the time.
Only. That's all I want.
Tell you what.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I'm not the only one doing it.
Yeah, you could, like, if I get home after the show and it's on, I can't not watch it.
Can't not watch it, yeah.
Especially because it's all the memories we have of what happened when we shot it, you know.
And if it's early, you know, Jane and I have that one eyebrow.
And I had hair.
Yeah, you had hair.
All right, listen. For the Love of a Child airs tonight at 9 p.m. on Lifetime, and David's in Spam-A-Lot, so go see him, and thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Peri, we'll be right back. We're back. Our next guest became a teen idol in the late 80s with her series of hits, including Foolish Beat, which made her really, listen, she was the youngest person ever to produce, write, and perform a number one single, and I think that's a record she still holds. She's all grown up now, and in addition to singing, she's terrific, and acting, she does that as well. She's added ice skater to her resume as one of the stars of Skating with Celebrities. She's really good at it, too. Please welcome Deborah Gibson. Well, Deborah, welcome to the show.
Okay, I never thought that the first time being on your show, I'd be talking about ice skating.
Yes.
It's really surreal to me.
It is surreal, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but how did they hook you up with this? How did you end up in this, first of all?
You know, well, every reality show under the sun has approached me in the last year.
Have they really?
And most of them, I find their sole purpose is to degrade people. And I just
Yeah,
not
if you
into
can
that.
titillate and degrade, it's a big hit.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And I just wasn't into any of that. I don't want to eat bugs on television or anything. But they came to me with this, and you know what? I think every female has some fantasy from their youth of being a figure skater.
Yeah, yeah, I think a little
Right?
bit too. Yeah.
And I just thought to be able to learn from an Olympian, I mean, to be able to learn how to skate from Kurt Browning,
Yeah,
for
Kurt
God's
Browning
sake,
is her partner,
I
right?
couldn't say no. I turned into a 10-year-old girl. I was like, you want me to do what? Oh, my God. And initially, my mom, who's managed me for like 20 years, said, I think she's going to pass on this because she's a klutz. But I was dying to do it and had a blast.
Well, you skate great. I mean, I get to the rink and she's skating around. You know, she's doing things, and I'm like, oh, I'm dead. You know, it's
And I never owned a pair of ice skates till I was 35 years old. So, I mean, and I had like 4 weeks to learn.
Is that what they
before
give
the
you? They give
show.
you 4 weeks.
4 weeks. And people came in with different skill levels. Some people had studied for 10 years, you know.
Yeah.
So I came in and I had literally been learning how to skate backwards week one.
And then there's Todd Bridges, who's like, I don't know, where do you see some of the stuff, folks? It's really.
Put it this way, for what people lack in skill, they make up for in entertainment value.
Now, do you remember the first time we actually met?
I
You and
do.
You do
It was
remember.
like 1988.
I think it was.
I was a teenager with no fashion sense.
Yeah.
And
I didn't have much either. I didn't have much either.
you look the same.
We
Does he
did
not look amazing?
No.
true. It's true. But yeah, we know.
Coming from someone who looks so great, that's tremendous.
Thank you. It's a love fest.
Now wait,
It's a love fest.
so it was the Kids' Choice Awards. Now this is
Yes.
before the Kids' Choice Awards was a big thing.
I joke that everything I did back then
Oh, here we
has
are, look.
since become really big. But
Here-
back then
here
it
we
was
are.
a little cable show.
That's-
Oh my God.
That's me. I look like I'm in The Sopranos. Wait a minute, go back to that. Go back to that.
Oh,
Look, I look
my
like I'm in The
God.
Sopranos. And Deb, look, I don't
I
say
don't even know
Deborah.
what I look like, but thank God People magazine wasn't following fashion trends of 18-year-olds back then, because, you know,
Now, how old are you there?
actually there, I think I'm 17.
17. Okay, so now you're a
17.
big pop star there. You're big. You've had a bunch of #1 records, and you're huge. You think it's different nowadays with the younger?
It is so different.
In what way?
Thank God it was such an innocent time then. And like I said, People magazine, they weren't paying attention to who I was dating or what I was wearing. Thank God, because you're not supposed to pay attention to who 17-year-olds are dating. Now we're obsessed with it.
We're obsessed.
We
with
really care who Mary-Kate is dating.
it. Yeah.
And I want to go, you know what? It's going to screw her up because she's going to put too much importance on it, or whoever, you know.
Well, I think it's really hard to have a relationship.
It's hard to have a
anyway.
life at that age anyway. And with the public scrutiny now, it's a little scary.
You
I'm
said-
thankful I started back then.
Now, you said also, though, that your mom was your manager and has been.
Yep.
And you then probably also had a sort of a governing effect on you.
Absolutely. I mean, her main goal was to have a sane, whole human being as a daughter, and she didn't want to let the business eat me alive. And anytime I put up the white flag and went, I'm exhausted, like I never ended up in a hospital for exhaustion. I never ended up in rehab. I've never even been drunk in my life. Like,
Right.
she made sure that my spirit and who I was as a person stayed intact, because having hit records is great, but at the end of life, that ain't what it's about.
Right. You're right. No, that's 100% right. I agree totally. But you think it is harder now, though? Don't you think it's harder now?
It
I mean,
is, it is.
By the way, I think everybody's joining in. It's not like anybody's forcing the young people the young stars to do what they're doing. But it is a little tougher. Do you think the scrutiny is just that much more intense?
The scrutiny is more intense, and I think with shows like American Idol, which is great for people like Kelly Clarkson who have taken it and ran with it, but I think that kids literally wake up and they decide one day they want to be a pop star.
Right.
And they don't have sense of music history. They've never studied an instrument. And so I think that it's...
They think they've invented
They
this.
think they invented it. And I remember being 17 and doing an interview like this where Leslie Gore was on the couch next to me. And I remember going, I get to do an interview with Leslie Gore?
Right.
I guarantee you no pop star today, no young pop star, even knows who Leslie Gore is.
It's my party, and I'll cry if I want to.
Exactly.
What are you kidding me?
Because I didn't invent it, it's been every generation has their teen idols. I didn't invent it, the teen idols today didn't invent it.
You started, though. I don't think people know that you were a Broadway star long before you were there.
I was a Broadway baby. I'm from Long Island. I took that train into auditions, darn it, when I was 14.
Now, wait a minute. You're a Brooklyn-born girl, right?
I was
Where
born
in
in
Brooklyn?
Bensonhurst.
Bensonhurst.
My cousin Rose from Brooklyn is here today. You met her.
I met
She's
Cousin
the
Rose,
biggest
yes.
fan.
Yeah, I met Cousin Rose. And then you moved...
big Italian family
Now
from
you
Brooklyn.
moved to Merrick, right?
Moved to Merrick.
Merrick. What
yep.
was you stopped? What was you...
Oh, I could do the railroads for you. I could do the whole line for you. Ready?
Well.
This is how much I rode the train. Lynbrook, Rock Center, Baldwin, Fever, Merrick, Belmont, Wantaseever, Massapequa Park, Amityville, Copic, Lindenhurst, and Babylon. Change to Jamaica for all other stuff.
Change to Jamaica. Yeah, that's right.
So I was Merrick. But yeah, I had my Actors Equity card and my SAG card by the time I was 11. And so when people said to me, oh, how was the transition from pop to theater? I said, ask me how the transition was from theater to pop.
Right. You went the
Because
other
I
way.
was a Broadway girl.
Yeah. Did you ever think about going back on Broadway? I mean,
I
you
would
did
love to.
Sally Bowles, though, right?
Oh my God, my favorite role ever was Sally Bowles in Cabaret, and I am actually getting to revive it at the North Carolina Theater in Raleigh coming up in February and March, which I'm thrilled about.
Hey, Uncle Fred, you got to go down and see Deborah.
Hey,
My
Uncle
lives
Fred,
there, yeah.
forget about
My
it.
Uncle
Come
Fred
see
lives
me.
in North Carolina.
Yeah, there's a Danza in North Carolina.
Yeah, yes, they're...
What's he doing there?
It's a long story.
Okay.
Something to do with...
Something to do with some people that he better move out of
Something to
town.
do with On the Lamb. No, anyway. No, my uncle's like, what are you doing to me? All right, look, we actually did go ice skating over the weekend.
It was freezing this weekend. It wasn't warm like today.
No, it was cold.
Freezing.
Yeah,
It was a
a little
good New
cold.
York day.
But we warmed up quick, believe me. And I really hit the ice. So come back and see. We'll be right back. we're back with Deborah Gibson. She's looking at one of her first albums here, Electric Youth. Here she is in a blue blazer with
with a comedy tragedy mask pin on a hat.
Yeah. Boy, album
Fashion
covers,
has
look at that. They've changed, haven't they, folks? Anyway, let's go. So you want to see the piece?
I am
You
dying
haven't
to
seen
see
it,
this
right?
piece. I haven't seen it yet.
Let's go to the videotape.
Hey, Tony.
Hello. So nice to see you.
You too.
They look great in skates.
Oh, I thank you. Here, I brought a pair for you.
Oh, God.
And
All
you
right.
know what? You might be needing these.
I'm probably going to get hurt today, I have a feeling.
I'll hold you up.
You promise? Because
I'll take care of it.
I'm a little worried. All right.
Go
I'm
get limbered
gonna
up.
sit down right here and do this. Ow. Those are some tight skates.
Here goes nothing.
Oh, okay. Oh. You warm up first? Let's
All
warm
right,
up.
to warm up, to kind of get acquainted with the ice, to feel your feet, to feel your knees.
Feeling my knees.
You do kind of a little swizzle motion like
How do
this.
you do this?
Swizzle movement. Push!
Push. I'm getting better at this. Okay. I'm in an ice accident waiting to happen.
This is a waltz jump. Let go of one hand.
Oh, jeez.
Stopping is very important.
how do you-
Otherwise, you will crash into things.
Right. Stop, please. Stop, please.
Ready?
Oh, please, Deborah. Deborah. Deborah.
Cody's gonna hurt himself.
I think you need a helmet like he's got. Oh, sorry. Act as if. That's
I'm acting.
And
Oh, no.
it's all about the finish. Ta-da!
I wasn't so good. Watch this. I don't even hang it.
All right, let's see what you can do. You're a really fast runner.
You good,
Wow.
huh?
I
And
can't
it's-
believe it.
I ended up having such a good time.
Because I'm a good teacher.
You are the best teacher. I just had a ball.
Me
I just had a
too.
ball. I wish you all the luck. Who's ever taken you on a Zamboni ride before?
You know what? This is the first. It really is.
All right, bye-bye, everybody. I want to go skating again.
I want to do this every Saturday.
It really, I have to tell you, folks, it really was a lot of fun. You know, I haven't been on ice skates. Brooklyn
I mean,
guys.
I was the same way. Yeah, unless you happen to see like a sheet of ice on your sidewalk in Brooklyn,
And
right?
then but you kept your shoes on. You didn't put any skates. But it was so bizarre. But it was really a lot
You were
of
a
fun.
fast learner.
Did you see me? See that
Campbell
doubles?
fan?
Yeah. That's our art director, David.
I gotta
Blankenship.
tell you, I wish I had a stunt double for the show.
All right, so now, did you win skating?
Well, I
with
can't
me?
tell you that.
can't
You're
tell
gonna
us.
have to tune in and
No,
watch.
that's all right. All right, well, we will.
It's a really fun show, though. I mean, there's so many. I mean, Dave Coulier, Nancy Kerrigan, Christy Swanson, Todd Bridges, Bruce Jenner.
Yeah, Bruce is in it
It's
too, huh?
amazing. I mean,
Now,
it was a great blend
Is
of people.
there a disadvantage? Do the women have it better because you have Kurt Brown, right?
Well, yeah, Kurt Browning and I are the same height, so like he couldn't lift me over his head with one
Oh,
arm or
yeah.
anything like that. But that was good because I didn't end up in the emergency room like some other
Right.
folks on the show. But definitely,
Did they have emergency room
we
visits?
had a lot. Oh yeah, it's television
It's
at
ice.
its finest. Let
It's
me tell you.
ice, yeah.
The ice hurts.
It doesn't
Ice
give.
hurts. No,
I know. I was so worried about hitting my head, you know.
but yeah, I think that the men were at a disadvantage because the men have to kind of hold the women up and make them look good. So I think the men were definitely at a disadvantage, but they did great.
Well, I can't
till
wait
you
to see you. I really can't wait to see you.
Thank
All
you.
right, well, listen.
Skating with Celebrity Season 2 is calling his name, don't you?
Get out of here. No way. It premieres, Skating with Celebrities premieres Wednesday, January 18th on Fox. Deborah Gibson. How great, huh? We'll be right back. My sweet press got my best mess. All I need now is a girl. Got my striped tie, got my hopes high. Thanks to my guests, Peri Gilpin, David Hyde-Pierce, Sandra Lee, and Deborah Gibson. Thank you, Studio One. It's been wonderful.